Hey, are you tired of your Facebook group growing so slowly that it feels like it's not growing at all? Well, in this episode, I'm going to show you how to grow your Facebook group this month an extra 100, 500, or 1,000 new members just using $5 a day ads. Let's get started. Alrighty, so there are three parts to having a highly profitable Facebook group. And the first one is attracting the right type of leads to your group, the right type of members. Now, the second part is providing them highly valuable content. And then the third part is converting them from a lead into a paying client or a course purchaser or whatever it is that you're offering. But what we want to talk about on this video is we're just going to talk about how to attract the right members. Now, look, I get it. A lot of people haven't had very good luck with ads, or they've been burned by an agency or whatever it is. Okay, maybe you just haven't done it, or you just haven't been able to make it work. What I'm telling you on this video is not that this is going to solve all your problems in marketing, but what this will solve is your ability to get ideal group members pretty much on demand. Yes, you are going to have to spend money on ads to do this, and no, you're not going to get 1,000 members in your group by spending $5 a day, for 30 days. Okay, but you could get 100, or you could get 250. It just depends on what your niche is and who you're marketing to. So the cost varies quite a bit depending on what you do. So let's just kind of talk about this a little bit. All right, there's basically 5 ways to grow your group with ads, but I don't want you to get distracted with all 5, and I'm not going to give you all 5 here. That's not really the purpose of this. I want you to focus and do the simplest one, or the one that I believe is the simplest one to get up and running and have the best results. And this is going to be the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to share my screen here in just a minute, but the first thing is, as you're growing the group, I just want to remind you of this, regardless of whether people are coming in organically or whether they're coming in through ads, you want to spot check people. And what I mean by that is, as you get people signing up, make sure you're going to check them out. Now, a lot of people already do this, and if you're already doing that, great, but some people don't. But you really need to go through, depends on how many you have coming in, right? But go through 10, 20, just randomly pick them and go through and try to track them down. Try to track them down on LinkedIn, try to track them down anywhere you can to see if they might even be close to a good fit. Because if they're not, like if you check 20 and 19 of them are not a good fit, then something's wrong. If you're running ads, there's something wrong with your ads messaging. If you're doing it organically, there's something wrong with wherever they're coming from or your messaging there. So make sure you're spot checking. But let me just kind of go into how we're going to set this up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create a landing page. Okay, the landing page is just going to invite people to the group. In essence, the group is a lead magnet itself. Does that make sense? So a lot of people have trouble with that. The group is a lead magnet. Like, your group should be so valuable that they want to join it because they feel like you're going to be able to help them with whatever issue it is that they have or whatever problem is that you solve. So the ad and the landing page are just going to do that. And people are going to opt in on that landing page. And again, I'm going to show you this in just a minute. Then once they opt in, they're going to go to a thank you page. Now, on the thank you page, it's going to be fairly simple, although you can get fancy with this later. But in the beginning, just make it really simple. Once they enter in their name and email on the landing page, they get to the thank you page, and the thank you page just says, hey, click this button to join the group. Now, a lot of people will tell me, gosh, people won't do that. They're not going to do that many steps. They absolutely will. So depending on the niche, again, because it varies quite a bit, but in some niches, you're going to get 70%, 80%, 90% of the people who opt in and go to the thank you page actually request to join the group. Now, you're always going to have 10, 20, 30% of people who will not, but you've still captured their name and email, so you still have another shot at it, right? So it's a really good thing. Now, you might say, well, Ben, I ask for their email, in the group questions when they come to join the group. Hey, I get that. So, I don't want to ask for it twice. Well, you have to make a decision. Okay, you're either going to be okay with asking for it twice, or you're going to remove it from your group questions. But that means anybody who comes in organically obviously is not going to be giving your email. My suggestion is just leave it in there and see how it goes. If it's not working, okay, change it. But if it's working, don't worry about it. Most people have no problem entering it in again, okay? And you can word the question, the group question, in a way that tells them, hey, I'm sorry, I'm having to ask for this again. If you've already entered it, unfortunately, it didn't carry over, whatever you want to say, okay? And that's perfectly fine. So then towards the end, I'm going to go through the best type of ad to use, right? I mean, bar none, hands down, and it is simple, okay? Super simple, and this works. All right, now let's take a look at what I mean by the landing page. Okay, so you should be able to see this landing page, and I want you to just notice a couple things. Your landing page does not have to, it shouldn't have to over convince somebody to join, okay? That it should be compelling enough that they want to join. So your group description needs to be really good. It needs to be on point, and the name of your group needs to say what it is and mean what it says or whatever. You know what I mean? So with this, the first thing I'm trying to do on this landing page is tell them it's a different kind of group. It's a better kind of group. It's a new kind of group. It's not the same old, same old. And so this is the best way to position it. I love saying a different kind of Facebook group. Nobody wants to really join another Facebook group, right? I mean, think about how many Facebook groups you're already in. I'm in a ton, and I go to maybe 2. Well, it's the same for most people. They might be in a ton, but they're only going to 2. You just want to be one of those 2. So you have to make it so valuable that they'd be crazy to miss your content, right? So we have to kind of differentiate this. So this is a super simple landing page. I got this one out of ClickFunnels. You don't have to use ClickFunnels. You can do whatever you want. It's perfectly fine. Just don't overthink it. Keep it simple. But it's a super simple landing page with obviously the headline up here, then the image here, and then just a brief thing calling out the audience right here. So right, if you're a high impact, high performance, super busy woman, right? So you're not looking for the person laying on the couch eating bonbons. I'm just saying, if you are, that's cool. Put that in there. But if you're not, this is what you want. If you're looking for busy moms, if you're looking for, people who want to grow their business, if you're looking for people who, are trying to straighten out their relationship, or they're having trouble on the dating scene, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. And so you just want to make this part compelling. So here, as you can see, what I put is if you're a high impact, high performance, super busy woman, but menopause, so now you qualified them, they need to be menopausal. And this, I know that you could, in this case, they could be perimenopausal or postmenopausal. This will cover that. Okay, this is close enough. Like you can list them all out there, but you don't have to. But menopause is giving you brain fog, anxiety, and belly bloat. I mean, or whatever the main issues are for your clients, right? The biggest challenges that they have. It could be 1, 2, or 3, but that's enough. You don't need to go down a whole more than that. Plus, the tricks you use to lose a few pounds fast when you're 25 or 35, because let me just tell you, working in this market, that's a very common thing for menopausal women. They're trying to do the same things they did when they were younger to, drop a few, and it's just not working out. Hormones and all kinds of things. So, but when those things don't work anymore, then this group is for you. So I'm telling them that. And then I always put something down here like, support, community coaching, something like that just kind of drives home what they're going to get out of the group. So they enter in this. I love putting go to step 2. It's almost like a non-committal thing, right? They enter in their name and email, but it's not such a big deal. Okay. You don't have to do that. I just like doing that. Then the next thing, and by the way, if you don't do this already, please have a privacy policy. I'm not telling you how to do that, but ChatGPT can create one for you. I'm not saying it's legal or right. I'm just saying that it will, or at least it will right now. But you want to have a privacy policy. Technically, that is required, just so you know. But you might need it for other types of ads as well. All right, so once they hit this and they opt in, they go to a super simple page right here. Now, a lot of people don't like it being this simple. They want to have their image, they want to have a video. That's all fine. But I can tell you that I have tested putting all kinds of things on these thank you pages for all kinds of clients. A lot of times they want to put videos on there. And in short videos, too. I'm talking like a minute, 2 minutes. The challenge is that when we look at the data, people do not watch the video. They just don't. Now, it could be that those people just aren't a good fit. It could be, they're like, hey, I just want the group. I don't need this extra, whatever it is. Okay. But just keep it simple. Whatever you can do to get this out there the fastest. The goal is to get them to the group, not necessarily watch a video. Excuse me. So step 2, they click this button and boom, it'll take them right back to the Facebook group. Now, a lot of people will say, I just don't know if people will do that. People will do it. All right. So, that is as simple as it can be. You run your Facebook ad to that, and people will start opting in as long as you're targeting right, as long as your messaging is right. So let's talk about the ad itself real quick. That people get caught up on the ad. I get that. The copy, the image, whatever it is you're doing. So let me just say this. You can the best type of ads right now are to do Facebook or Instagram Reels or Stories, either one. Okay. Now, if you do those, you will get people to your group. I promise you. It's going to happen. So a lot of people though are stuck on that, like they don't know how to script it, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't want to be in front of the camera. Okay, hey, that's all stuff that you're going to have to contend with. I will tell you though, that ultimately, it's best if you're able to do a video, just a vertical video, a portrait style video, and you're able to just record a short one, 20 seconds, inviting people, telling people who it's for, what the group's about, and inviting them to join. That's going to be the best thing, right? You can edit it a little bit. You can add, okay? And if you're not using Canva, you should be using Canva. I'm just telling you, it's going to save you so much time. Now, you can hire it out or something like that, and I love that. Do that. Hire it out if you want to. But don't get caught up in the aesthetics so much that you don't put it out there, or that you're just worried it's not going to look right. The fact of the matter is your audience is going to vote. You don't get a vote, right? The audience is going to tell you what they like and what they don't like, because it happens all the time where what I think is going to work doesn't. And what I think isn't going to work does. I mean, I just can't tell you how often that happens. And, I've been doing ads for 20 plus years. So just try it. Just put it out there. All right. Hit record. That's all you got to do is hit record. All right. But let me show you something that you can do in Canva. Okay. So I created this in 10 minutes. Right. And I don't think you'll be able to hear the music on here, and that's okay. And I'm just going to kind of play it real quick, but we'll see how it goes. So let's see here. How did I do that? I just chose a stinking template. I just went in here to the design thing, chose a template. Now, I like to use brand stuff. You can create your brand stuff if you go there in Canva and put your colors in, logo, and all these other things. And then I just put this in there. And I'm telling you, if I put that ad out there, it would work. Like gangbusters, it would work. Now, one catch though. So if you do it this way, they are not going to read the ad copy. Now, why is that bad? The reason it's bad is because the ad copy should help you qualify people. And if it doesn't, like the landing page does, then you're missing out on that step, because what's going to happen is most people are not going to ever buy. We all know that. Nevertheless, we have to do our very best at trying to get in front of the right people and filter out the people that aren't a good fit. Everybody can't be a good fit. That's okay. We're not, we can't help everybody. It's just the way it is. So the ad copy is like the first step of that. Does this help filter out people? This little reel? I think it does. And what I mean is that it's for menopausal women. Okay, so that is one step of the process. It's not for, so the 25-year-old, even though you might be targeting the right people, you're still, the way Facebook targeting works, it can expand the targeting beyond what you actually put in there, just so you know. So if you put age group 18 to 20, I mean, they could still, it could still show to a 50-year-old. It's possible. So you want to filter it out here as best you can. So this is part of it. You can still put the ad copy in the ad. The only thing is they're not likely to read it. We know that for a fact. They just don't do that. They tend to click or go away. That's usually what happens. So we don't want to count on the ad copy doing anything. You could put more stuff here, okay, right in Canva, right here. Very simple. And by the way, I'll do another video on how I created this. If you want it, just let me know. Just drop it in the comments or something, and I'll do that for you. But I would definitely use Canva for this. It's just, I mean, if I can do this, you can do it. It's just that simple. I am not a creative type like that. I'm good at writing copy and some other things, but not this part. Anyway, so let's see. Once you do this, then once they get to the landing page, right, this is where I qualify them again of who it's for. And so you just want to try to hit them as many times as you can with who this is for. You can, even on the thank you page, say, hey, before you go to the group, just make sure that you're a good fit for this. This is for the, and reiterate this, the high impact, high performance, super busy woman that's struggling with menopause. Just make sure you put that in there. Because we want to make the group sound exclusive. It's not just for everybody to run in here and jump in. So that's as simple as that can be. All right. Okay, so that was as simple, like I said, as it could possibly be. Then you start to input your ad in Facebook, and you run it at $5 a day. And you run it for a few days, right? You might just run it for 2 days. Like if you don't get anybody to opt in, well, that's not a good thing. So you might want to change it. But you just want to kind of use some common sense there. There's not a set time. I hear this all the time where people say, okay, you got to run it for 5 days. No, you don't have to. See how much money you're spending, right? See if it makes sense. Are you getting clicks on it? If you're not getting any clicks, well, there's a problem with the ad. So you just kind of want to use some common sense there. But I am a huge advocate of running an ad, at least one ad every day of the year for $5 a day. Every day, $5 a day. If you can't do that, then you're probably not ready to do ads anyway. So I have a whole other thing about that, and I'm happy to do that on other videos. I just kind of wanted to reiterate that. So building a profitable Facebook group, it just doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. You can do this and do it at $5 a day. So anyway, I'm not going to harp on that anymore. I know you're appreciative of that. But if you're ready to really like skip to the front of the line, like you're like, hey, Ben, this is great and everything, but I really need more details here. I need to know how to do the ad and, how to build the landing page and all these kinds of things. Well, then I have kind of like a fast pass for Dollywood, although you may not be familiar with Dollywood, or Disney, right? Fast pass for Disney or Dollywood. And it'll put you to the front of the line. It's going to show you, it's called my group building blueprint, and it's going to take you through step by step every possible way you can grow your group using ads. I also talk about organic growth, and I also talk about how to convert them into clients. So if you want information on that, check out the description. Okay, and it'll have a link there and you can take a look at it. All right, until next time, I'll see you then.